Hello and welcome to another episode of Radioactive Radio. I am your host, Brad Thomason. Sadly, this week I am not going to be joined by my co-host, DJ Crombie, who sadly has perished in a tragic dog accident. He was run over by a dog, taken to the vet, is in intensive care right now. So everybody, big ups to him. Pray for him. But joining me this week, I got a call in the middle of the night from a man I am a very big fan of. He taught me how to read. He took me to space. Right now, he's attempting to plan an expedition to the moon. With me, LeVar Burton.
Hello, I'm LeVar Burton.
So, LeVar, how are you doing today?
I'm all right.
Are you? Tell me a little bit about this moon expedition you're talking about. You were telling me before.
The moon expedition, it sounds crazy, I know. Like, ooh, going to the moon. That's, it took humanity thousands of years to even think of the idea.
Yeah.
And so that the idea that one man could just decide to go to the moon and do it is obviously, it's a feat. But that's really the whole purpose. I want to be one of the first people that says, I want to do this. I'm going to set out and I'm going to achieve it.
You want to defy expectations.
Exactly. The original concept was incepted to me. I was in New York City. Mm-hmm. I was in Dumbo, under the Brooklyn Bridge.
Love Dumbo.
Yeah, I was sitting on a bench watching some rollerbladers go around some cones, and I thought, fuck that guy, like that guy gets up in the morning and he puts on his skates and he just does circles around cones in under the Brooklyn Bridge. Mm-hmm. What the fuck is that guy even for? And
Did
then
you feel insignificant in the world?
No. I felt so significant that I wanted nothing to do with that man.
You wanted to get as far away from him as possible.
Yeah. At this point, I was so offended by his existence. Mm. I went around. I don't know if you've ever been to Dumbo or Brooklyn, but
I have not.
About a block and a half away, there's some stairs that lead you up onto the Brooklyn Bridge, and you can walk from Brooklyn to Manhattan. Oh. It takes you into the financial district. Right. So I walked a few blocks, or I walked across the Brooklyn Bridge. Mm-hmm. And I sat down at a Starbucks on the other side of City Hall. And I decided this wasn't nearly far away enough. Fuck that guy so much. Where's the next place I could go that would be sufficiently far? And after thinking about it for a minute or so, I realized I have to go to the moon.
Just logical next step from Starbucks.
Yeah. I mean, I could have gone north to Harlem,
Sure.
Or even just Midtown would have been far enough. I mean, I was in the financial center. I was in the financial district. Yes.
Yeah.
I was in Lower Manhattan. I could have gone so much further north.
Sure.
I could have
kept going till you got
I could
to
have
another
just
continent.
taken a bus to Yonkers.
Oh.
Honestly, it would have been fine. But what I did instead was decided, I'm going to rally the troops, I'm going to collect my resources. I'm going to try to use...
The Reading Rainbow Army.
Yes, as we so affectionately call them, the Reading Rainbow Army.
The coalition. The Reading Rainbow Coalition.
Not so much coalition.
No?
No, nobody's ever called it the coalition.
Cut that.
So, no. But I...
Cut that. No.
No. So I decided I'm going to use the advantage of the internet and, my name, the fact that if, a few people still know who I am.
Yep.
Ever since my appearance on Community.
Oh, yes.
I've really been getting hit with tweets, people remembering who I am from their childhood. Mm-hmm. And that support is really nice, and it really gives me a lot of confidence that I'll be able to pull together and do this and get to the moon.
Mm-hmm. Now, recently you started a successful Kickstarter for the relaunch of Reading Rainbow, which raised over $5 million in 3 days. Are you going to be using any of that money towards your moon expedition?
You see, the initial plan was, $5 million, that's a healthy chunk to go towards the fundraising for the moon expedition.
But is it even enough? Was this just a wall? Was this like just a cover for your moon expedition?
That's the thing, was 5 million, not nearly enough to even start scratching at the surface of getting me to the moon, I'm gonna need, close to
20.
more than that, close to $1 billion.
$1 billion?
Yeah, I'm thinking probably 750 or 800 million dollars will be enough to get me to the moon. And again, maybe I could do it for a little bit cheaper. I am looking for private outlets to get me to the moon. Maybe not so much national space organizations. I'm not looking at NASA. I'm not looking at the British Space Foundation or anything like that. I'm looking at small groups of people, maybe universities, things like that, who are trying to start space programs, because I want to do this, and I want to get somebody's name out there while I'm doing this. That's just what I've always been about, Before Reading Rainbow, not a lot of people knew about books, so I kind of put books on the map for people.
You did.
Before Star Trek: The Next Generation, not a lot of people knew about LeVar Burton, so I put myself out there a little bit, and so I just want to do that for some other people who have a dream and who also share this hatred of that man from Dumbo, and just want to get to the goddamn moon as fast as possible.
Now, once you do arrive at the moon, sell me on this. What do you intend to do once say this, all of this happens and you get funded and you get all the money? Once you arrive on the moon, what is your plan?
I think there's no doubt that this is going to happen. But initially, my first plan, the first, plan of action is to land on the moon. That'll take a bit of training, probably.
Naturally.
But after that, I'm probably just going to take a good 15, 20 minutes to just cry. Just cry so hard. Not because, I'm on this desolate, uninhabitable new plane. Not because I left my family and friends and history and belongings behind. But just joy, I'll be so happy that I got so far away from that fucking asshole with those inline skates in Brooklyn. Like, just fuck that guy, But I think the crying is kind of just, that's just something for me. I don't think it's really going to help me in the long run. In fact, it'll probably dehydrate me a lot more than I can really stand at that point. It'll be a task to get that hydration back, especially after such a long journey with such limited resources. There will definitely be training and physical adaptation to get my body able to withstand such low gravity for a long time. I think I'm going to have to set up artificial plots for vegetation for a long-term sustenance. That'll definitely be key in my survival there. But definitely that cry is first.
So that's first step. You're just first step on the moon. Cry
as much as possible. Yeah.
Cry as much and just get it all out.
Just get it all. Yeah. It's at this point, there's so much built up just being on the same planet of that asshole. I just can't wait for it. I think it's going to be such a relief, just such a relief to finally be at the moon. I'm getting emotional just thinking about it, honestly.
I understand. So, LeVar, I'm going to ask you, may I call you LeVar?
Yeah, definitely.
Wonderful. So, I'm going to ask you a couple questions throughout the show. We're going to talk about this moon expedition, other things. But first, have you ever been to Philadelphia?
Philadelphia,
Pennsylvania.
Oh, the one in Pennsylvania.
That's right.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry, my phone is going off. I hope that doesn't disturb
Well, it might be
anything.
a business inquiry for your moon, for the moon expedition.
No, it was a tweet about fortune cookies. Philadelphia. Now, when you say Philadelphia and Pennsylvania, you're talking about Pennsylvania, USA, right?
Yes. The state, Pennsylvania. And the city located within Pennsylvania, Philadelphia.
Well, I'm gonna say I've probably passed through.
Passed through?
Passed through.
Now, did you ever get a chance to look into the music from Philadelphia at all while you were passing through?
No, when I was passing through, actually, I was listening to music, but I was strictly on doctor's order. Actually, it was a strict. Yeah, I was going through some stuff at the time. Um, you know, Reading Rainbow was not going well for me at the time. The studio had found out that I couldn't actually read.
Oh no.
And so, they were training me with that. I was having a lot of anxiety, and I was only listening to Beck.
Oh, Beck. Won a Grammy.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I'm very proud of Beck and his Grammy, apparently. So no, I didn't get much into the local scene at all. I pretty much just listened to Beck.
Well, then you are certainly in for a treat, because this episode is going to be comprised of all music that originates from Philadelphia.
Oh, that's very interesting.
Yes. So we're going to, if you don't mind, we're going to go into the first song, which is called Dust in the Gold Sack by Swearin'. And here it is. That was Dustin and the Gold Sack by Swearin', followed by Kaitana's Hot Dad Calendar. What did you think of those, LeVar, if you did have a chance to listen to those?
Yeah. That one Hot Dad Calendar. I think hot dads are a very important part of society today. I think if that asshole in Dumbo with those fucking roller skates were just, maybe a little bit hotter and a little bit more of a dad, I think there really wouldn't have been any issue at all. I think I could be happy living here on Earth, but since he's not a hot dad, and he has nothing to do with calendars, probably doesn't even know what date is, that fucking asshole.
Now, does your hatred for this man that you continue to reference, does your hatred stem of the man itself or of rollerblades?
I think it's the combination. I have nothing against men in general. I mean, I'm certainly a fan of hot dads.
Sure.
And roller skates, inline skates, no real problem there either. I think it's just when the two are combined.
Right. So not being a hot dad and rollerblades.
Not being a hot dad, wearing rollerblades, doing figure eights around cones. Right. Well, families are, having picnics, on the grass and
kids
trying
are walking
to
to
walk
the park,
the dogs.
getting hot dogs.
Yes, yeah. I just can't stand it. There's nothing more in this world I hate more.
So, if you were to name the top 5 hot dads of all time,
top 5 hot dads.
I'm going to throw one out there. I'm going to throw John Hamm.
John Hamm, quality hot dad, but I couldn't put him at number 1. I'm already thinking hotter dads.
Hotter dads than John Hamm.
Yes, I mean, unfortunately, I'm sorry. I know I'm hurting a lot of feelings by saying this, but he's probably number 3 material tops.
Oh, LeVar,
I know. I'm sorry. But I'm thinking number 1 absolutely has got to be Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh,
I think there's no one on this planet who is hotter or more
hotter
of a
dad than Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah.
So moving away from hot dads.
Yes.
It's impossible to list the hot dads that fall under Jerry Seinfeld, so we're probably not even going to try and touch that.
Difficult. I mean, there are plenty of hot dads out there.
Sure, but how do you rank them? How do you rank them on hotness, or on how many kids they have, on how fatherly they can be?
Hotness is important, but we can't forget dadness. Right. I mean, you must be a father.
How fatherly you are.
Yeah, and if you can combine that hotness with being a dad, that's A-okay with me. And I mean, if you're on a calendar, just... we could comprise an actual list and then make our own calendar of hot dads. We could. We'd have to have 12 hot dads, though. That's the only problem.
It could all be pictures of Jerry Seinfeld.
I'm thinking 12 different angles of Jerry Seinfeld would not be a bad
throughout
calendar.
The years, naturally, because his hotness increases with age.
True. That is very true. Mm-hmm. He's like a fine wine, Jerry Seinfeld.
Mm-hmm. So our next song is called Our Song by Radiator Hospital. Yeah.
Dreaming of the last time that you said you wanted to dance. No, you don't ask me anymore. Maybe you're just tired to get off from work. Maybe you'd rather dance with someone else. Every time he calls you, I can hear a change in your breath. Your voice is harsh to control. Maybe you're just tired of straining your throat. Or maybe there's something you want me to do. Oh, you won't get out that easy. Oh, don't say you love me. You know you don't.
was Our Song by Radiator Hospital, followed by Catnap's Kitten and Bear. I really like that Catnap song. I don't know if you've been able to...
Yeah, I'm a fan of things that have animal names in them, that's for sure. Right. So, I mean, that really just right there did it for me.
Mm-hmm. There's 3 animals in that title.
Yeah, it's more animal dense than Radiator Hospital for sure.
Right. Yeah. So this next song is a strict departure from what we've been listening to on this show. It's a hip-hop jam, I guess we could say, by a guy who I first heard on Podcast Beyond, which is the internet's #1 PlayStation podcast out of IGN, which hosts have no longer host the show anymore. They've decided to go off in their own venture, which I have been supporting them and giving them money and stuff like that. It's called Kinda Funny and Kinda Funny Games. Certainly should check them out. They had this artist on one of their live shows for Kinda Funny, and it's Mega Ran and K Murdoch, and the song's called Dream Master. It's about Mega Man.
This is the story of a boy who believed that whatever he dreamed he would come to achieve, but never in his life did he dream he could be an inspiration to those who came after he. And before there was ever any random, there was a boy in the hood who always did good, so the bullies of the block couldn't stand him. And on Christmas and birthdays he got mad presents, so many he didn't know what to play with. He had Transformers, He-Man, Ninja Turtles on wall, but the G.I. Joes was his favorite. He was so creative that if they didn't make the toy, he decided to create it. He put Storm Shadow's legs on Snake Eyes' body till they popped, and then he duct taped it. He made spaceships while the big kids hung out on the block playing hide and seek and riding bikes. They used to try to get involved, but they told him get lost. And that's when they started getting high at night. Then I heard he made a friend who was as nerdy as him. When he had all that he could withstand, he collected comics and cards, studied, knew the whole Star Wars script like the back of his hand. And in school he made A's and B's, and teachers complimented his amazing feats. And all the while he wondered, if I'm so amazing, geez, how come nobody won't play with me? Huh? Funny in school, that would be a colossal understatement. He had high water pants, Coke bottle frames, and a mouthful of orthodontic braces. First girlfriend was named Christina Perez. He took her everywhere, now the boy's so cool, but she dated him on a dare and left him standing there without a clue. Man, kids could be so cruel. Just when people couldn't like the boy any less, around the same time Shorty got an NES, cause his mama felt this was the best way to keep him out of the streets, although they was penniless. Only child, so she didn't want an empty nest, and it's a healthier addiction than cigarettes. And so it began. How did he escape the scene? He sat in front of that screen and chased his dreams. And sucked up game like a vacuum. Went off to college and saw some knowledge and developed the heart to make rap tunes. Vowed to stay true when he dropped his debut and did so. This got his little name up, and there was money in the bank, but money drew a blank every time the second LP came up. So he thought back to childhood and how he survived in such a wild hood. Then he realized they didn't hate him, and whatever didn't break him, that's what made him. So he decided to combine his love for the games and rap, open his soul up and let him in. Then he chopped up some 8-bit sounds, put it down. Now Random is now known as Mega Ran. Now his name's all over that internet. Girls who didn't care are now interested. And the best part of the story comes at the end, but that part hasn't been written yet.
So you've been on tour recently, promoting your expedition, your future expedition to the moon. How's that been going?
So, I've spoken with some children at a middle school. That's about all I've done.
Just a middle school? Just an
middle school, yeah.
undisclosed location middle school?
Canterbury, New Mexico is where it was.
That's quite a travel from where you are right now. Isn't
Yeah. Well, New Mexico and Los Angeles aren't too far apart.
No. It's a drive. It's certainly a drive if you're driving there.
Certainly a drive. I didn't choose to drive. I took a plane.
Private jet?
No. My means aren't quite at private jet level.
Yeah.
However, I do think they're at private space shuttle level, but with some saving.
Right, of course. You got to save for those dreams that you have, like a spaceship.
Yes. So these children were wonderful. They were very engaged. They had a lot to say, a lot of questions. I think when it comes down to it, children love space travel. I think they share the same curiosity that a lot of adults do when it comes to exploring, deeper, wider
Right.
expanses of the unknown.
Mm-hmm.
I think that curiosity that we have when we're children never really dies. It's just maybe dulled or hidden, under
Cynicism and sadness.
Yeah. I think there's a severe cynicism. I think we're all citizens of
LeVar, can you not say citizen?
Cynicism?
Citizen?
Cinnamon? So these children, they're the only people I've talked to so far on my tour. The tour, we called a tour, but it really, it's only been one stop so far, and we have no further plans for any other stops.
One stop shop.
Yeah. So one stop shop, you could say.
Yes.
Except purchase nothing.
Okay. So we're gonna play two songs now from a band that I wish I saw in November. That I, as I referenced in a previous episode, still mad at myself about not going to see them because they are a really amazing band. They're called Modern Baseball. This is The Weeknd, and then it's going to be followed by Your Graduation.
Though I seem cool, calm, and collected, making my way to hipster with glasses was a little more than just nerve-wracking. Kinda just counted on her to turn me into goo. Praise whatever it ended with a smile, 'cause for a bit it's had a little while. I expected you to save the day with sly remarks like he's so cute and whatever you want. Though the white jacket didn't fit, the friends I came with did perfectly. Snugged right to my body like sad movies and late night drinks. Could've guessed by the end of the hour there was more than just a little smile on my face, covered in custard and cookies and cream. Pissed off I had to leave, but all has to end. You got a smile that could light this town, and we might need it, 'cause it gets dark around here, real dark around here. Most of my old friends I can only stand for the weekend, but that doesn't apply here. Doesn't apply here. The day started with a bloody drip and a taste on my lips that was a lot less than desire. Awkward moments to the side, not all expiring. Fast, a tank top that didn't cover my old friends. I can only stand for the weekend, but that doesn't apply here. Doesn't apply here. It's been 3 whole years of me thinking about you every day. Sometimes for hours, sometimes in passing. Saw you from the bottom of the staircase. Stood out for hours as you complained about how you haven't seen your friends yet. That you're too drunk to stand and you not knowing if you can love him forever. Bullshit, you fucking missed me. There I said it, I guess I'll talk to you in a few months. Sitting drunk on the sidewalk, I guess I'll get up, I guess I'll go for a walk. Brush my shoes against the pavement, I swear this is gonna be the 100th time I thought of you tonight. You weren't the only one who thought of us that way. I spend most nights awake, wide awake. I never thought that I would see the day where I just let you go, let you walk away. Where I let you walk away.
To call you crook, called you abandoned. There ain't no other good damn reason why my heart it would go missing for so many months. So I was wishing that you would stop pretending. Remember all those countless nights when I told you I loved you, and you never forget it. Oh, just forget it.
You weren't the only one who thought of us that way. I spend most nights awake, wide awake. I never thought that I would see the day where I just let you go, let you walk away. Where I let you walk away. You weren't the only one who thought of us that way. I spend most nights awake, wide awake. I never thought that I would see the day where I just let you go, let you walk away. Go ahead and walk away.
So this last song is called Nakalula by Waxahachie. It's the closer off her album American Weekend. I really like Waxahachie. They got a new album coming out in April. Yeah. LeVar, do you have any closing statements before we end the show?
No.
No? You want to plug your moon expedition or?
No, it'll happen. It'll work out.
Okay.
We'll make it real loud. 4 years we'll barely speak, and you've got a husband now. I have Waxahachie Creek, and you used to come here with me. And I need a heavy heart. Allison's only calling me when her life's falling apart. So I pour it all and talk to myself in my head alone. But it's really better until I learn how to gracefully let someone in and back out. But I won't worry about it it falls flat onto paper again. You're in the Carolinas, and I'm going to New York, and I'll be much better there. Oh, that's what I'm hoping for, and we will never speak again.
I'm already in love with this episode.
I know nothing about fucking LeVar Burton. I
Good,
know
make it up.
absolutely nothing.
Make it up. I'm
Yeah.
I'm enjoying this so much.
Wasn't he Kunta Kinte?
Yes.
Oof, I want to touch on that, but that's
You?
gotta be careful.
LeVar Burton. Let's just go.
I just when
Lavardis Robert Martin Burton Jr.
I was like, when you kept asking me in that, like, have you ever been to Philadelphia? I was thinking, like, shit, was LeVar Burton born in Pennsylvania? Like,
He's born in West Germany.
I know that. So when I found that, I was like, I think I'm safe. I think I can say I've been there.
I really liked how it went too. Yes, the one in America. Yes. Is there another one? Okay.